Hello everyone. Now we present a perspective for integrating a Node-3GPP networks in the 5G cores. In these sections, we split into two parts. In the first part, I will present the fundamental concepts about the Node-3GPP access network. In the second part, Professor Lúcio will present a use case of the Node-3GPP access network based on LoRa and LoRaWAN. Today, we have a great variability of the wireless access technology, for example, GPRS, LTE, Narrowband IoT, and other technologies, considering the license spectrum. But also, we have a wide variability of the Node-3GPP access network technologies regarding the unlicensed spectrum, such as LoRa, Sigfox, Wi-Fi, and others. In this case, 3GPP highlight in release 15 the integration and support of these Node-3GPP wireless access technologies because the coexistence of different access technologies promotes one significant gains concerning the performance and the cost of the communication of IoT device and the servers. For server-based architecture in the 5G core, we have few options defined for the Node-3GPP access. For example, untrust, trust, and of course, wireline. The release 15 has defined the untrust Node-3GPP access, which focus only wireless local area networks. In this case, all Node-3GPP traffic must be isolated from the other traffic, including 5G core. On the other side, in this release has defined the component's Node-3GPP interworking functions. I will present this component in the next steps. Already in the release 16 is being defined the trust Node-3GPP access. In this case, the trust access does not allow integration with other wireless communication technologies using Internet of Things. In this figure, we can see the integration in two Node-3GPP access networks to the 5G core, a LoRa network and a Wi-Fi network. In the core, we have a N3IWF component that selects a IMF to serve the IoT device or gateway, dependent on if the device has or not IP. In this case, IMF is able for the communication process in the 5G core. Moreover, for the communication, a device, for example IoT, needs one or more PDU sections. The SMF component is responsible to building, modify, and release these PDU sections. Finally, the SMF defines the data plan for sending the data device that should be forwarded through a UPF component. In the next slide, I will present the interface of these connections between the components. Now we can see the connections established to provide the integration between the untrust Node-3GPP access network and the 5G core. 3GPP does not define the Y1 and Y2 connections, but Y1 is one internal Node-3GPP networks interface, and Y2 is an interface to connection to N3IWF. However, 3GPP specifies that between the device or gateway and the N3IWF, one encrypted IPsec tunnel called NWU must be established for sending data and signal traffic. Finally, after sending NWU and N2 interface between N3IWF and IMF, 3GPP specify that we can create a N1 interface between device or gateway and the IMF for transporting NAS signaling, no access stratum. Now, Professor Lúcio presents a use case based on LoRa and LoRaWAN connector into the 5G core.